So it's again a close race for the bronze medal position. Hu Binyuan and Danielo Francesco are tied.
Tied again
for the third.
Jerabix after this snowbird, and we are back on Hu Binyuan. Goaling hitting, no problems for the Chinese champion. Walking back to station number 1 where Vasily Mosin is getting ready to mount his gun.
And now Haken has a 3-target lead on the over the silver medal.
We still have more than enough race to go.
There's still a lot of targets left to shoot.
Mosin, another no-bird.
There have been quite a few no-birds.
Quite a few no-birds in this match. What happened during the qualification? Have you seen so many no-birds, or is just an?
I didn't receive one the entire day, but here in the final with different targets or flash targets, I guess
it may happen. With this cold, also with this cold, it's probably easier that the target breaks while we're coming out.
The rubber on the arms gets a little harder, and it might break the targets more often.
Back in Håkan Dalby now leading with his 3 targets of advantage.
And Haken is still perfect this round.
It keeps the timing all around.
That's one thing Haken is very good at. He never loses control. It's always boom, boom, always the same speed.
And we know how routine is important in the double trap event.
I think all the shooting events, your routine's important. It keeps your mind thinking the same things every time, and it keeps you focused throughout the match.
Again, Jerabix in position number 5, now taking a few cartridge and walking back to station number 1. Hu Binyuan.
It seems like everyone got in the groove a little bit here recently.
They found the timing, now they calm down.
Yes, you have a little bit of a break, and then you come out and you're shooting flash targets, and you only shoot flash targets in the final. So I think it takes a little bit of getting used to sometimes.
At the Olympic Games, you have been shooting flash targets all the competition long. What do you thought about it?
I thought it was great. It made it much more spectator-friendly, and there were a lot of spectators there. I think there were 8,000 or 10,000 in the stands watching us the whole day.
And cheering, we have seen that the Chinese spectators were quite friendly. I saw they started cheering from you from half the competition on. When they saw you were so far ahead, everybody, they started cheering also for you.
That was pretty neat to have, everyone cheering, and it's not something we're used to in this sport.
Not so often. We have such a crowd clapping after every hit, after every target.
There was a little bit of ooh after the first pair, though.
Yes, there was. Danielo now pressure back on Jerabix. Roland Jerabix, 29 years old, 7th in the world rank, 9th at the Olympic Games at Beijing. A finish just on target out of the final, out of the final round. Jerabix this year won a bronze medal at the World Cup held in Seoul in Germany, qualifying for this World Cup final. And this was Mosin. Back on Dalby, 2 days lead. He entered the round in first with 1 target of advantage. He enlarged his advantage, and he's still leading. Oh, sorry.
And there was Haken Dalby's first miss. He still has a 2-target advantage, but let's see if he can get back on track with the next pair.
Labo, and now Dalby will have to try to recover on the next double.
That's very important for a shooter. If you miss on one station, when you go to the next, it's very important that you hit the next pair to get your confidence back.
To feel confident. And here is Francesco Danielo. 1 miss so far. As we said, he started with 139 out of 150. And here comes the second miss of the Italian athlete. Dropping now out of the podium placement, I believe. Yes, now we have Dalby, Mosin and Hu Binyuan in the podium positions. Danielo dropping out, now in 4th place. Binyuan. And back in Vasily Mosin in position number 2 at the moment. Mosin calling and missing another target. This makes things more interesting now.
Let's see how Hakan recovers on this pair.
Let's follow Dalby. No
And
problems for Dalby.
He had no problem. He just gained back that target that he lost with
And again,
Vasily missing in the previous pair.
no problem for Håkan Dalby. Back on the lead with his advantage of 3 targets. When we still have
We still have 30 more targets left
30
to shoot.
more targets to shoot, 15 pairs.
And when you're out there, that can seem like an eternity.
I'm sure. Not even halfway to the end. Daniello still motivated after the silver medal won in Beijing. As well as Hu Binyan. Binyan had finished in 4th place, I believe, at the Olympic Games of Athens 2004. He was looking for a podium and he found in Beijing, his home country, in front of his home spectators. Won that 3rd place. You also had a quite interesting way to your gold medal. You passed through Sydney and Athens. It's not that easy there, huh?
No, I didn't have the best of luck at my first 2 games, but this time everything seemed to work in my favor.
And this was Mosin. Station number 5, he doesn't look that satisfied about this double. The Russian athlete is walking back to station number 1, where Håkan Dalby is now mounting his shotgun. Håkan taking his position, going double hit.
Hakan is still very smooth, and he started out smooth in this final, and
it looks really relaxed.
yes,
is it possible?
It is. Once you get about the first 20 targets in, you can start to relax a little bit. And it's always much more comfortable when you have the gun in your hands and you control your own fate.
Especially when you're on the lead.
Especially when you're in the lead.
Jarvik's out of the podium after those mistakes, after those misses.
But nearly 30 targets still left to go, and
So
he's in very good position still.
This is a spot where really everything can happen.
The last pass is where everything gets interesting. You know, that's when you start to regain your nervousness.
You start feeling the competition. Mosin, after the 10-second in this cold afternoon of Minsk, Mosin misses his 4th target, still in 2nd place, but now he's a little bit more far from Håkan Dalby. Håkan Dalby, who hits both the targets.
Yeah, I think Hakan, that's a pretty comfortable lead for Hakan now, having a 4-target lead.
And is gaining ground.
With about half the round left to go. Now, where it gets more interesting is Hu Binyan and Vasily Mosin are only 1 target apart now.
So we're gonna follow this final. Håkan Dalby in the lead, behind him a fight for the silver and the bronze medal. And this exciting double trap final of Minsk. As we said, the first time that an ISSF competition is held in this shooting range, which looks quite new.
It's a beautiful range.
Just a few minutes out of the city center of Minsk, the capital of Belarus. Next year we're gonna come here for our World Cup stage. So it's interesting to watch this place, to discover this place, also for our friend at home. We're gonna compete here next year.
I can't wait to be back here next year.
Back in Mosin, scoring both the target and pressure back on Håkan Dalby now. The Swedish champion leading this match. Still
Again,
going.
Hakan had no problem there.
Seek and destroy.
He's on a mission.
He surely has a mission after the games of Athens.
I know that was tough for Hakan. He was ranked number 2 in the world going into the Olympic Games and didn't have such a good games. I know he wants to come in here and reprove himself.
And this is what he's doing here. Now position Number 5.